Market Roundup, I'm Paloma Quadras with the top business news making headlines this week. S&P Global Ratings forecast the Indian economy to contract 5% in the current fiscal year. This was said on Thursday as the lockdown imposed to contain COVID-19 pandemic curtailed economic activity severely. New COVID-19 cases have been averaging more than 6,000 a day over the past week as authorities begin easing the stringent lockdown restrictions to prevent economic costs from blowing up further. Economic activities in red zones will take longer to normalize. I quote, "This will have knock-on impacts on countrywide supply chains, which will slow the overall recovery. We expect varying degrees of containment measures and economic resumption across India during this transition," S&P said. Service sectors, which account for high stress of employment, have been severely affected, thus leading to large-scale job losses across the country. S&P said that the path of recovery will depend on the speed with which COVID-19 outbreak comes under control and labor market recovery takes place, and the ability of all sectors of the economy to restore their balance sheets following the adverse shock. Google faces antitrust cases in India. The Competition Commission of India, CCI, India's antitrust body, is looking into allegations that Alphabet Inc.'s Google is abusing its market position to unfairly promote its mobile payment apps in the country. Sources familiar with the case told Reuters. The complaint alleges that Google prominently showcases its Google Pay apps inside its Android App Store in India, giving an unfair advantage over apps of competitors, which hurts the consumers, the source added. Google has not responded to requests for comment. Two of the sources said that the watchdog informed Google about the case being filed a few days ago, and the company will respond in due course.
When business is on your mind, you are on our mind. Sarovar Hotels and Resorts.
And now, China-India soak up oil from floating storage as demand recovers. Refiners are buying on hopes of a fuel demand recovery as more countries ease coronavirus restrictions and on anticipation that crude prices and freight rates may rise further, they said. Although refining margins remain weak and limiting refiners' ability to raise output. A total of 3.4 million tons was released from floating storage into Asian markets in the past 7 days, with China the top destination at 1.8 million tons and India second at 8,42,679 tons, according to oil analytics firm Vertexa. Oil majors and trading houses have been offering Middle Eastern and West African oil stored at sea as spot prices strengthen in Asia, trade sources said. Finance Minister takes a stock of the economy in first FSDC meet after COVID outbreak. The Financial Stability and Development Council, FSDC, which is the council of the country's financial sector regulators, had its meeting chaired by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Thursday. The FSDC noted that the COVID-19 pandemic poses a serious threat to the stability of the global financial system, as the ultimate impact of the crisis and the timing of recovery remains uncertain. They also reviewed the liquidity and solvency positions of non-banking financial companies, housing finance companies, and microfinance institutions. These institutions have been severely hit by the economic lockdown enforced to tackle the spread of COVID-19. Moratorium on loan payments have put pressure on inflows of these companies, while banks have turned risk-averse in lending to them. Non-banking financial companies have sought that they should also be allowed moratorium on their dues to the banks. In related news, TDS rates cut by 25%, ITR filing extended till November 30th. The Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Wednesday said that India will provide Rs 3 trillion worth of collateral-free loans to small businesses for 4 years. She said this giving detail of a 20 trillion package to support an economy battered by lockdown to contain the coronavirus pandemic. In all, Sitharaman announced 15 measures, including a 25% cut in TDS, which will release 50,000 crores in the hands of people, and an extension of the ITR filing deadline till November 30th. That's all from me today.